Drunvalo Melchizedek represents to me is the never-ending quest to know. He may get things incorrect at times, but that is probably due to the false information input one is brainwashed with by a criminal culture which has stolen the assets of another culture they deliberately oppress in the hopes that they can be the guilty one and get away with their con game. It will not save them. They are too dumb to know that the planet Earth, as the 12th living library of this universe, knows every move they make and every breath their reptilian behinds take. Trying to understand the cosmic science of this time zone represents one being alive and expanding the time zone around one's own body, which then maintains one's youthful appearance for a very, very long time. We're going to delve into the mystery of the brain in the heart. I have begun to notice that Drunvalo always mentions the African Egyptians first in his dissertations when attempting to explain the high cosmic science of these African people, while the Zionists who have lied upon the multidimensional black scientists and has stolen everything they could from the African, as well as enslaved them in any way they can with every Western nation that has gone into Africa, stealing their valuables and leaving them with the nonsensical writings from the Hebrew scribes known as the Judaic Christian Bible, which is a major, major fraud. All of this corny Hebrew culture here on TV and in the Hollywood movies, which is turning everyone on the planet off, because now that the humans are starting to become galactically conscious, one cannot pull these lame-ass Jewish robes and shawls over on the people as if they represent something which is holy and godly. When
see, this is what I mean. Think about those spaceships with those diamonds that I was just telling you guys. You see? See how they lined up? There it goes right there. It's amazing how everything else. Now, I just got through doing that video. This is the second one. As I speak to you right now, the video that I'm talking about hasn't been processed yet. This is the second one that came behind the first one. In other words, today I'm putting these two together right now. I've already took one tape out and got it ready for processing. After I finish this tape that I am actually recording right now, in the last one, there's spaceships that Boris Donaldson has pictures of that's shaped like this. Just like that, with the back square. They look like diamonds. Like that. With the backs flat like that. In that segment, there's one in this position right here. And then there's another one that's inverted this way. And then there's another one in the back that's the same way, like this. Here it goes right here. This is how they look. Like that. Just like this. That's a spaceship in the last segment that I just got through recording. They show you this right here by itself as a spaceship. And here's another one right there that's locked inside of it. But as you can see, that also makes the pattern go this way. Right? So they're completely encapsulated and inverted of each other to make a unique oneness. But what my point is that they can actually, let's look at this here. See that up there? That's one shell. When you take them apart, you can put this flat back to this flat back right here and make a complete diamond. Like that. Well, in the last segment that I did, I was showing you how those three ships could come together to form one ship. Here it goes right here again. So you'll see what I'm talking about when I put these two up. They should get loaded tonight. So look for that, alright? I know if you're seeing this right now, it's because the segment that came before this, which would be part 1 to whatever this is right now, part 2. I haven't given it a name yet. I might call it brain and heart. I don't know. But anyway, you understand what I'm talking about after you see, or you should understand right now, because this should be post-viewing this segment that I put together before this one. This is part 2 of the one you just watched, alright? Just thought I'd point that out to you.
They merely illustrate a demonic reptilian-run culture to which no Christ being would ever subscribe to. There is no such thing as a white Christ other than John Brown. He is the only white Germanic Christ in the culture of Western devilization, with he and his 2 sons giving their lives to make life better for a human race. The African Yeshua Christ is still alive, living on the inner earth with his African wife and 7 indigo children, as we watch these reptilians shapeshift from face to face as the family of the Knights of Malta, even eliminating the Knights Templars, who lie to their people and tell them they are the Knights of the Temple of Solomon. And as you have seen, and as we have been teaching you, no one named King Solomon has ever existed. No one named King David, all of those biblical characters in supposedly ancient Israel are nothing but fairy tale made up beings from the information stolen by the Hebrew soothsayers, as Isaiah tells us, after he taught them how to use the crocodile that the African Egyptians were using, that long kundalini spine of energy in order to move to higher frequencies, so that these Zionists could steal the holographic movies that others in this galaxy have been projecting to the 3rd dimension to see how they are going to play out.
And here's the deal. The whole story around King Solomon really came from King Solar Man, meaning the sun. The knowledge of the king's son. Solomon was solar man, meaning the black man. The melanated man and woman was getting knowledge from King Solar, the sun, to build those temples. So when they say Solomon built those temples, they mean the solar man built those temples, as instructed by the king, which is the sun, that always has the golden crown with the rays coming off of it. So the true king in this episode was King Solar Man, meaning God the Sun, talking to the melanated man and woman on earth about building the temples. And that's the reason why it was the queen of Ethiopia who brought all the wealth and the riches, because the sun recognizes the woman as the bearer of all manifestations. The Son knows that because the Son is the one that appointed the woman and gave her dominion over everything, because it's from her that everything comes from, and to her everything will return. That's the reason why the Son shows full account of the female being the source of all materialism. It's the reason why in the Bible Solomon was only able to build anything because of Queen Sheba, the Ethiopian queen who gave his ass all the materialism that he needed. And they talk about how he tricked her into having sex with him, all this stuff, because he fed her these spices, drugs, gave her drugs. It's all symbolic, but your brain got to be open to see that this is the way these Jews play with your damn head. They're saying that King Solomon was able to build his domain off of the wickedness of introducing drugs to the black Ethiopian queen and taking all her wealth from her. And that's exactly what he did by introducing the black woman to the brainwashing tactics of his to make her feel that she should worship his image as God, which turned off all her goddess power and left her and her children in a state of stagnant existence, because she was giving all her power to the dead devil white man who doesn't perpetuate anything but deadness and war. So that's what that was all about. The true power of materialism and the wealth of the land coming from the female queen of Ethiopia is the true definition that the white man, which is Solomon, not Solar Man, stole the wealth of the earth by manipulating the mind of the black woman, the queen of Ethiopia.
It is the lying stupidity of Judaic Christianity which has given these know-nothing devils away. It has given them away because no highly developed culture of conscious humans in stupidity of Judaic Christianity, which has given these know-nothing devils away.
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Now listen, if you look here, that's a leg right there. Okay, this is how I see this. This is what the sun shows me. This represents a woman's leg, and this also represents a woman's leg. Okay, that's her walking on earth. And right here from her center of birth, you can see a path. This path right here is the one that you see in my camera as being green. This is the path right here that any king that comes to this earth and reign as anything, I don't care if you're a truck driver, a crack dealer, a doctor, a freaking politician, a jailhouse keeper. No matter what your ass is, you're going to have to fall out of this woman's vagina right here and take this path to earth. That's the way it rolls, because every birth on earth is ordained in the heavens. And then the heavens bring the spiritual energy of you down to the earth. See? And when it gets down to the earth, it meets the woman medium that's here. The woman medium is the woman walking around on earth. There's her legs right there. See? That's the medium that God put here to receive her blessings that's going to manifest here. So he put the female medium here, whether it's a human, a plant, an animal, a fish, a mineral, it don't matter. Now, when our energy source comes from the heaven to bring life force to this earth as sunlight, it touches right there into the brain of every female. That's where it goes first, to her brain. And from that brain right there is the ideal of her doing the actions necessary to push off the sun manifestation. The sun tells her, this is what I want you to do. I want you to woo, 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 woo. And you better believe she be about her mission to do that. Now the sun is telling her to do something. And you got Jesus bitch ass here